That music, of course, confirms that it's time for my Sunday sermon, and I always like to focus on a particular word or couple of words. And for me, this weekend of celebration, obviously I want to focus on Her Majesty the Queen and how she leads by example. I mean, she's possibly shows the greatest leadership by example. To lead as monarch for 70 years, through so many changes, what she's seen, so many highs and lows in the history of our beloved nation. She's always been there. She's always been leading from the front. Truly extraordinary. The degree of commitment, of devotion to her people, of dedication, and always that sense of optimism, a love for her country and all of her people. Never complaining. Never complaining. She's always taken the long view that with goodwill, hope and kindness, that actually good will prevail. And I think we can all learn from that. She's always, always believed in her country, believed in her people, and cared passionately for her people. And so often she's been the person with the right words of hope, of comfort, of thanks, of reassurance, of understanding, and crucially, of inspiration. We all need inspiration, and I think the Queen gives that to so many of us, so often. I'll never forget, who could forget, on the 5th of April 2020, in the depths of COVID, there was so much anxiety, so much concern, when she gave her speech to the nation, the remarkable words she used that brought a tear to so many eyes. She invoked Vera Lynn's infamous words, "We'll meet again," when she said, "Better days will return. We will be with our friends again. We will be with our families again. We will meet again." And actually, how right she was. And of course, here we are, just over 2 years on. And actually, we are celebrating. We're meeting again. We're able to enjoy all the things we always used to enjoy. Her ability to take that long view at that difficult time. And so often, she has been truly our rock, our foundation, our inspiration. And I believe she's the United Kingdom's greatest icon. She's the greatest unifying influence that we have. And indeed, she's the greatest asset we have in terms of diplomacy, in terms of the promotion of UK PLC. And even in times of troubles and adversity, which inevitably happens to any nation, to all of us, any people, she shines through as a beacon of light, able to bring people together, not only on a national basis, but also on a global basis. She is so respected, so admired, all over the world. And she displays an incredible capacity through her whole reign for hard work. Rarely has she ever put a foot wrong. And I think one thing is compassion. The compassion that she shows for her people, for those in suffering, for those in pain, for those who are vulnerable. And I think she has an incredible, amazing ability to deal with and to promote that delicate balance between tradition, the best of what we've always had in our great history, but also modernising, going forwards, looking forwards, not only as a nation, but also as a monarchy. And that, of course, is the great challenge for Prince Charles, the Prince of Wales, and Prince William going forwards. The Queen, of course, she's actually the most famous woman in the world. I think she's the most remarkable woman. And she's probably amongst the most influential women that's ever been in the world, and possibly ever will be. I suspect that in future generations, people will never see the likes of her again. And what she stands for is that embodiment of pride, of courage, and belief in our true national spirit. I wonder sometimes whether we take her comforting presence, that rock-like foundation, do we take it for granted? Do we take her strength for granted? Because in all our lives, we never stop learning, and I think that's really important. And we can all learn from some of her strengths as a shining beacon, a beacon of enthusiasm. That smile that we've seen and enjoyed recently, remarkable. Her hope, her optimism, that we can always do better and better, that we can believe in ourselves, and that with optimism, with hope, actually we can make progress. As Prince William, in his words last night at the party at the palace, as he said, hope, goodwill, optimism, that can take us forward. Without question, without any doubt at all. I mean, I've talked about treasure in a variety of ways, but I actually believe that the Queen, she is the ultimate national treasure. And as her son, Prince Charles, said last night, as he said, as a subject, but also as her son, he said, thank you. So I dedicate this Sunday sermon to Her Majesty the Queen with the simple words, I think on behalf of all of us, Your Majesty, thank you. And with that, here endeth this Sunday morning my Sunday sermon.